I'm talking about a function called dumpsvmlightfile from the Sklearn library. It's used to save data in a specific format that's easily understood by svmlight and libsvm, which are popular tools for support vector machines. We're going to test your understanding of how dumpsvmlightfile works. The quiz will check if you get how it handles data and what kind of file it creates. This is the actual question. It asks you to pick the true statements about dumpsvmlightfile from a multiple-choice list. This tells us that the dataset we're considering has a feature matrix. It is a 100 by 5 matrix, meaning 100 data points, each described by 5 features. We also have a target vector, a list of 100 values, one for each data point in the feature matrix. This vector shows the correct classification or value associated with each data point. This statement is true. The function dumpsvmlightfile is flexible and works whether your data is dense, most values are non-zero, or sparse, mostly zeros. Pretty cool, huh? This is also true. The whole reason for this function is to create files formatted just right for SVMlight and libsvm. This ensures that the data is processed quickly and efficiently by those tools. It's all about optimization. I see this question asks about the scikit-learn function dumpsvmlightfile. I need to understand what this function does, what kind of data it accepts and how it saves data. It's all about the input and the output. This tells me the size of the data I'm working with. X represents a feature matrix with 100 samples, rows, and 5 features, columns, in each sample. Each row describes one data point, and each column represents a feature of that point. This is the corresponding vector of labels or targets for each of the 100 samples in the X matrix. If X represents features of images, Y could be the labels identifying if it is a cat or dog. This statement points out that the main purpose of this function is to produce a file that those machine learning algorithms can read and use quickly. It is not meant for human reading. SVMlight and libsvm are popular support vector machine libraries. This is a key characteristic. It can deal with both full data, dense, and data with lots of zeros, sparse, providing flexibility. This is wrong. It does not require sparse matrices. I see this as the question statement which presents 4 options related to scikit-learn's dump_svmlight_file function. It is asking you to identify which statements are correct. I find it perfectly clear and concise. This question directly asks you to evaluate the accuracy of the statements given in options A, B, C, and D. It specifically targets your understanding of the dump_svmlight_file function's capabilities and output format. This statement claims that dump_svmlight_file only accepts sparse matrices as input. I will be exploring whether that is true in the solution. Let's dive deeper. Here, it's asserting that dump_svmlight_file can work with both dense, regular, and sparse matrices. This is the opposite claim to the previous one, so its evaluation becomes significant. This option suggests the output file is simple text, easily understood by a human. We'll check if the function produces such a file. This statement focuses on the purpose and compatibility of the output file format. It indicates that the file is specifically designed for efficiency with the SVMlight and libsvm libraries. This is an important point to consider. This is the answer to option A, and it's false because dump_svmlight_file supports both dense and sparse input. This is true, because it reflects the correct answer to option B. The dump_svmlight_file function in scikit-learn handles both dense and sparse feature matrices effectively. This is false since it addresses option C. It's incorrect because the output is a structured text file, not easily human-readable. This is the correct answer to option D. The output file format from dump_svmlight_file is indeed optimized for SVMlight and libsvm. This line refers to the specific scikit-learn function that is the subject of this quiz. It's essentially the core component being assessed. I'm talking about a function in the scikit-learn library called dumpsvmlightfile. It's a tool we use to save data in a format that's perfect for SVMlight and libsvm, which are popular tools for support vector machines. This is the central question we need to answer. We're going to evaluate 4 different statements to see which ones accurately describe how dumpsvmlightfile works. This statement is incorrect. Nope. dumpsvmlightfile is actually pretty flexible. It can handle both sparse and dense matrices. Sparse means the matrix has lots of zeros. Dense means most of the entries are non-zero. This is absolutely correct. That's right. dumpsvmlightfile is designed to accept both types of data, making it super versatile. That's partially true, it's a text file. But hold on, it's not easily readable by humans. It uses a special format designed for machines, specifically for SVMlight and libsvm. Think of it like a highly structured code, not plain English. You got it, excellent, that's the main purpose. It makes the data super efficient for those specific SVM tools. This tells us the size of the feature matrix, which is a fundamental part of our data. We have 100 samples or data points, and each sample has 5 features describing it. This is our target or outcome variable. It's a vector of length 100 corresponding to each of the 100 samples in our data. It tells us the thing we are trying to predict. I'm talking about the dumpsvmlightfile function from the skit-learn library. It's a tool you use to save your data in a format that's perfect for use with SVMlight and libsvm, 2 popular support vector machine libraries. This is the quiz question. We're going to check our understanding of how the dumpsvmlightfile function works. This statement is incorrect. The dumpsvmlightfile function doesn't insist on sparse data. I can work with both sparse and dense data equally well. This is correct. That's a great strength of dumpsvmlightfile. It's flexible and works with different data formats. Incorrect. While the output is a text file, it's in a very specific format designed for machines, not for easy human reading. It's not going to be something you just glance at and understand. It's more like a code. This one is true. That's exactly the point of dumpsvmlightfile to create files perfectly compatible with SVMlight and libsvm. Here's the data. We have a feature matrix X with 100 rows and 5 columns. That's 100 data points, each described by 5 features. And Y is a vector with 100 labels, 1 for each data point. I'm using dumpsvmlightfile here. I provide my data, X and Y, and I tell the function to save it in a file named data.svm. The result? A data.svm file that's now ready for use in SVMlight or libsvm. It's in the correct format for those specific programs. This is the core question we are addressing. I'm going to help you understand the options provided about the _dump_svmlight_file function. This statement is incorrect. I found that the _dump_svmlight_file function actually works with both sparse and dense matrices. It's pretty versatile. This is absolutely correct. That's what makes it so useful. It's not limited to one type of data. While it's a text file, it's not really designed for easy human reading. The format is specific and structured, for machine processing, not for people to look at directly. It's incorrect. That's correct. The whole point of this function is to make files that those specific SVM tools, SVMlight and libsvm, can handle quickly and efficiently. This sets up the multiple choice format of the problem. You need to select all the options that are true. This line identifies the specific function we're working with from the scikit-learn library. That's important for context. I'm talking about the _dump_svmlight_file function in the scikit-learn library. It's a tool we use to save datasets in a format that's perfect for SVMlight and libsvm, which are popular support vector machine algorithms. This is the problem we're tackling. We're going to test your understanding of how _dump_svmlight_file works. This sets up the scenario. We have a dataset, $x represents the features, 100 data points, each with 5 features, and $y is the target variable, 100 values. We're using dump_svmlight_file to store this data. This statement claims that the input matrix must be sparse. A sparse matrix has mostly 0 values. We need to check if that's true. This statement says the function works with both dense, lots of non-zero values, and sparse matrices. Let's see if this is correct. The function creates a text file, but this statement says it's easily readable. We must decide if that's true. This says the output is tailored for use with SVMlight and libsvm, 2 popular SVM libraries. I need to verify this statement. This section simply tells us the dimensions of the input data. $x has 100 rows, data points, and 5 columns, features, while $y has 100 rows, 1 target value per data point. This describes the feature matrix, 100 samples, each with 5 features. This describes the target vector, 100 target values corresponding to the 100 samples in $x.